Sometimes the energies nudge us to feel and experience certain things on our spiritual journey. And sometimes it comes in as a gentle nudge, and sometimes it comes in with a little bit more punch. If you're watching this video now, you might be experiencing some of this really powerful springtime energy. We're in the season of Aries right now. No matter when you're watching this video, though, it does still remain true that certain times on our spiritual journey, there's this gentle nudge, and then there's kind of this accelerated, more intense, maybe a shove to get us to kind of pay attention to where we are on our journey. So as we move through the video, let's talk about what this energy might be showing us right now. So as you might be feeling these strong urges to pay attention, it might almost feel like it's demanding something from you. Spring is a beautiful time of year of rebirth. It's a time of bloom and expansion. It's not a time of like this long haul push. That's more of summer, but this is that emerging energy from the ground. This is that waking up. These energies right now that we're experiencing, or if you're feeling powerful energies anytime, these energies right now are giving us a big push. It's intended to wake us up, to kind of get us to focus our energy and to see where we might be out of alignment. Because as we move through the next seasons of long-term growth and expansion, it's going to be important that we know where we want to focus that growth and attention. When trees wake up in the spring and they come out of their dormancy, you may have noticed this, but you might see a tree and they're starting to leaf out everywhere. But there's one section of the tree that doesn't have any leaves. Oftentimes what causes this is that there's root damage below the ground. Now, if you follow me through the in-seasons, you'll know that winter is a time, fall is a time where we kind of focus on what's happening underground. We tend to those roots. This time of the year can show us a spot in our roots that still needs a little extra attention. It's not to say that we did something wrong, or that we missed something. It's just this journey is always showing us new places to grow, to prosper, and to be in more alignment with our soul's purpose. So as we move in this energy, right now it might be pointing to a place inside of you that needs a little extra attention, some roots. What can we do to support those roots? It's important to kind of feel into what that root is. Where is there maybe some outdated beliefs? Maybe there's some unresolved trauma. Maybe there's just kind of some energetic blocks going on inside of you that you haven't yet observed. This energy coming in, I hear a lot of people saying how, scary it is, this rapid change and all these things. And that can be true. There can be rapid change in this kind of energy. But your spiritual journey isn't meant to scare you. It's not trying to scare you into making big changes. It's asking you to look at the places where you might be disconnected so you can bring some extra love and attention and care to those spots. What can you do to nurture that part of you and discover what you need? Because oftentimes what this is this shows us a place below the surface, a point in your life, oftentimes from childhood or, 5 days ago, where you had a part of you that didn't get their needs met. Maybe you didn't feel seen or heard. And so you kind of learned to lock that part of you away. And became kind of underdeveloped. The other roots in your system might be growing strong, and you kind of allowed those other roots to support your whole being. I know that's something that I experienced early on in my life. I had really, really strong Capricorn energy. I was always focused on my career. I was always focused on climbing, gaining material wealth. All these kinds of things were what was driving me. But during that time of my life, what I realized is I was neglecting how I really felt about my feelings and what it felt like to be overworked, and ignoring some of the signals in my body that kept me striving. So as we see some of these parts now that you might need a little attention to, like for me, I've just been coming through a season of really nurturing my feelings and my around creativity and expressing myself. And I realized that there's a part of me that's still really nervous in there to be expressive in a new way, because I used to power through a lot of things. I used to use the tools I had in my toolbox to do that, being very persistent, resistant, very powerful, very driven. And I'm realizing now that what it means for me to express myself is to be from more of a heart place and more of my true well-rounded being, not just one part of me. So when I was feeling into this for myself on my own journey, and I'm sure you can feel into this too on maybe the spot for you that's being highlighted right now, is tending to those roots and also letting some of those stronger roots be a supporting role, not just a dominating role. If we don't repair those roots that need attention, what's above the ground, which is a beautiful reflection, will always stay bare. Those branches will indefinitely, they will die back and they will never recover. However, you have an opportunity to work in a co-creative way with all the pieces of you. Let those more rooted roots support you as you nurture those less or underdeveloped roots right now. How can you do that? Well, we can lean on some of our stronger skills, but not let them take over. This energy really, if we're not paying attention, we can allow those strong roots to really drive us. And we can do things the way we've always done them. Or we can take action from a more balanced place where all the roots are working together. How can you support these things that are popping up for you right now? I did a lot of energy work for myself in really exploring my feelings and what it felt like to express myself. Really feeling into what it felt like to express myself when I was young. Did I have the space to do that? Did I have the confidence to do that? Asking a lot of, curious questions. Why? Taking myself kind of on a journey to reflect and connect with that inner child inside of me and really ask her what she was feeling. I learned so much about myself in this process. And that's what this time of year, that's what spring's really asking us to do, is to be curious and bring attention to those places that have been kind of underground, that in these energies, the weather's just right to see the reflection above ground on where we might be missing a piece. Oftentimes in sessions we'll do basically a soul retrieval, where we go on a journey together and we go back and connect to those pieces of you that are kind of locked away and forgotten. There is so much wisdom and peace in bringing those pieces that we may have locked away that we don't let anyone see forward. Because just like the tree that is above ground, you can see the missing spot where there's no leaves. As you go on your spiritual journey, if we don't reconnect back to those pieces that may be hidden away, those roots that haven't been tended to, they show up in our daily life as that blank spot without the leaves. We can wonder why we're repeating cycles and doing things over and over again. It's because, well, we're relying on those dominant roots underneath the surface to kind of steer the ship. We're not coming at it from a whole 360-degree, well-rounded perspective. This time of year is a beautiful gift. It gives you an opportunity now. This astrology, as wild as it seems right now, as intense as it seems right now, is an absolute gift for all of us to awaken and revive, rejuvenate, and nourish those parts of us. That's what it's trying to show us. It's going to be different for me. It's going to be different for you. It's going to be different for everyone that you're connected to. We all are on our own, kind of sovereign, independent soul's path here. But the reality is yes, we are all individuals, but we are all collectively on this journey. And you can see it reflected in our outside world in the chaos. The chaos in the outside world is only a symptom of the places within each of us individually that we have given too much power to and let pieces of us not participate in our life. How can you move through this energy from a place of being curious with the presence that you require and the peace that you need? If you'd like to spend a little time connecting to your peace on Earth Day, I'll be doing a shamanic journey, a journey with Jen, a live Zoom event. You can check that out. The link will be in my bio, or you can also visit jenhuber.com. And I'm also going to be launching a 6-week kind of energetic reset to where you get to journey back over a period of 6 weeks and connect to some of those places that you might be disconnected. You can pick any topic that you want, any repeating pattern that you want to explore. It's really an opportunity for you to use this very focused energy right now on a certain area of your life that's calling to be seen and heard.